Hey everybody. Well, a while back I posted about the bracelet that I always wear that says "You are worth it." And I told the story about how I had met Simon for the first time face to face and how I told him he was totally worth a 12-hour drive. And that's where it came from. And I have a little confession to make. I only posted the really nice, happy parts of the story. There's actually more to it than that. Let me go back in time to 1990. I was in the Air Force. I had just finished basic and tech, and I was stationed at my one and only duty assignment, Edwards Air Force Base. And I was so excited because it's California. Woo! And then I got there, and it's like in the middle of the frickin' desert, literally. From my dormitory to the front gate, it was about 17 miles through the desert. So, needless to say, as a Maryland girl who grew up with all things green, it was a bit of a nightmare. And I was totally out of my element. The people in my squadron and I were just polar opposites. And so I didn't have a lot of friends. Of course, there's no family out there. And I was feeling really sad and scared and alone and wondering, oh my God, I've got 4 more years of this. What am I going to do? So when I finally got my car out there, I decided to go to my comfort zone, which was the movie theater, and I saw Nightbreed. And of course, that's the first time that I had ever seen Simon Bamford's face. And that's true for a lot of people because, we've seen the Hellraiser movies, but you don't really see anything of Simon other than his hands or his tongue, which, to be fair, are magnificent, but that's not the point. But yeah, once I saw those eyes, that was it, and a lot of female fans say that, once you see Simon in Nightbreed, I mean, just say goodbye to your ovaries. They're gone forever. And I remember thinking to myself, if I ever have a chance to meet this man, I have to meet this man. He's going to change my life for the better. I can just feel it. I don't know how because he's playing a character, but I just know this. And then life happened, decades went by, and I finally got on the internet, and I remember I was sitting at work, and I pulled up Facebook, and just on a whim, I typed in his name, and at that point in time, I didn't have a lot of actor or celebrity people that I followed on Facebook or anything like that, because there's so many clone sites, or sites that have their name, but it's actually run by fans and has nothing to do with them. I mean, that's why when I did Simon Bamford fans, I specifically put fans in the name, and I put in the about section that we're not Simon, we're just fans, because I didn't want to be like one of those people that, fooled me in the past. So I typed in his name, and I looked at his page, and I remember thinking to myself, well, these posts look kind of normal. They don't look like they're fan written. So maybe this is him. I don't know. And I really stressed out about it for a while, and then I was like, well, if it turns out not to be him, I can always unlike, unfollow, no problem. Sorry about the clock. And so I went ahead and I clicked, and then like 3 hours later, he accepted my friend request, and I was like, oh! And I sent my first message. I don't even remember what my first message was. I'm sure if I scroll back, I can find it. But a little bit later, he had announced that he was going to be going to Days of the Dead in Chicago. This was last year's. And I was like, oh my God, I've waited almost 28 years of my life to meet this man. I have to meet this man. And I actually wasn't planning on going because with Days of the Dead, with me being a veteran, my tickets are free. So unless there's somebody there that I really, 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 really want to see, I can take it or leave it. Because none of them are particularly close to me. So, I mean, that would be a real effort. And as soon as he announced, I was like, oh my God, I am going. I am going. I don't care. I am going. And I posted, I had gotten these silly glasses. They were like round rim glasses with these heart-shaped red lenses. And I had posted, and I tagged him on it, that's what I was going to wear when I went to go to meet him. And when I got there, I went into the celebrity room, and he was talking with somebody, and he looked up at me, and he goes, hi, Lori! And I was like, oh! He called me by name. Oh my God, he remembered me. And of course, he and I are both Whovians, and the first thing in my mind was, don't be River Song, don't be River Song, don't be River Song. So naturally, what's the first thing out of my mouth? Hello, sweetie. And yeah, that totally happened. Well, I finally got up to his table, and this is where the bracelet story comes in. I got up to his table, and I proudly proclaimed that I had driven almost 12 hours just to see him. Now, if I were to tell him that today, he would know that's the God's honest truth. Because, I mean, come on. But at that point, we just kind of barely knew each other, just chit-chatting on Facebook. And so I said, you know, I've driven almost 12 hours just to see you. And he said, I can't imagine why. But it wasn't what he said that almost brought me to tears. It was the way he said it, because his voice got really, really super soft, and he looked at his feet, and he kept looking at his feet, and he wasn't looking at me, and he wasn't talking to me, and I was like, oh my God, did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Did I hurt his feelings somehow? Oh my God, did I break Simon Bamford? And so then I got this thought that no, this shall not stand. Simon Bamford must never, ever, ever be upset or unhappy in your presence. Not if you are there, not if you have anything to do or say about it. So I waited for him to look back at me, and when he finally did, I just put a big smile on my face and I said, "'Cause you're totally worth it." And he was not done with me yet. Oh no. No. He looked at me like I was an alien from outer space speaking total gibberish. It was like, I mean, the only thing that was missing was like the Scooby-Doo noise, you know, like, And so to drive the point home that I was being serious, I did the little spirit fingers thing from Bring It On, you know. And I don't know whether it was the smile or the spirit fingers thing, or the fact that I was wearing a t-shirt with his face on it that proclaimed that God personally created him. But it finally sunk in with him that I was not bullshitting him. And that's when he smiled and all was right with the world again. So that is the entire story. And Simon met so many people that day. I doubt he remembers the full story. I know he knows the story about the bracelet, but I doubt he remembers the full story. But I wear it because it's not only the first time I ever got to meet him face to face, but also because it was the first time that I ever got him to smile just for me. And that's special. So, all right, that's it. Mwah. Love you. Bye.